Welcome everyone to Joyful Adventure Audits. Today we are on Calthorpe Road in Edgbaston at the former offices of HSBC, which have been abandoned for several years now. Back in 2020, there were plans announced to transform these offices into a major hotel and student accommodation site. Developers Mercer Real Estate were seeking approval to convert the offices into a 123-room hotel and 266 student dorm rooms. The plans included additions like a bar, lounge, restaurant, and reception area. However, here we are in 2024 and the offices remain empty and unused. This raises some interesting questions around why certain business areas decline while chain retailers continue to spread. With online shopping and remote work options growing, high street banks and shops seem to be struggling. But is the reason also that we as consumers now have almost too much choice of where to spend our money? If HSBC had kept their offices here, perhaps it would have encouraged other businesses to stay in the area too and prevented decline. I'm curious what you all think. How much does choice influence both the death of some high streets but also the repetitive nature of others? For instance, Sutton Coldfield and Erdington High Streets are only a couple miles apart, yet both have a poundland. Should the government restrict the spread of chain stores more to promote independent retailers and prevent replication? In the meantime, these empty HSBC offices feel like such a waste. As housing issues continue nationally, it seems buildings like this could be repurposed on at least a temporary basis to provide shelter. But impediments like zoning and cost seem to prevent solutions that could help people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are abandoned office spaces an opportunity lost? How can high streets be revitalized? And does too much consumer choice paradoxically limit options and innovation? Looking forward to discussing. As we take one final look around these vacant offices, it's disheartening to think of all the wasted potential. With rising homelessness and housing shortages, not to mention the exorbitant amounts the government spends on housing refugees and asylum seekers in hotels, spaces like this seem like they could provide cost-effective shelter. Just imagine if these HSBC offices had been converted to transitional housing, perhaps with private cubicles or rooms for individuals and common spaces for dining and activities. Even on an interim basis, it could have helped many and saved taxpayer money being funneled to commercial hotels. Seeing abandoned buildings like this in 2024 makes you wonder, should a developed country like Britain still have unused eyesores dotting the landscape? Does this represent a loss of the spirit that once had British communities joining together to overcome obstacles? Perhaps there's too much focus nowadays on tearing things down and rebuilding rather than making do and mending. I'm interested to hear your perspectives in the comments. Do we need a shift in mindset around repurposing rather than waste? Should governments and councils enable transitional uses for empty buildings to address housing shortages? Does the prevalence of unused space signify deeper issues in the British economy and culture today? Let's have a thoughtful discussion around what abandoned offices and struggling high streets say about our priorities and values. Together, I believe we can find solutions if we reclaim that enterprising attitude of rolling up our sleeves and fixing problems rather than abandoning them. Please share your reactions and ideas below. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of Birmingham's abandoned HSBC offices and what they might signify about economic changes in our communities. On this channel, we cover all kinds of lost, forgotten, and thriving pieces of Birmingham, from closed pubs and cinemas to featured local businesses to other deserted buildings with unknown futures. With hundreds of urban exploration videos highlighting our city's past, present, and potential, we welcome you to subscribe and join us regularly. Subscribing is free and helps support new content creation. Be sure to also like this video, share it with friends, and discuss with your networks. Engaging with our work really fuels the lost history and community advocacy we try to spotlight. The more our channel grows, the more hidden corners of Birmingham we can document before they disappear from memory and records entirely. We hope learning this local history and participating in debates on better utilizing spaces inspires you like it does us. Please comment with your reactions, consider subscribing, and explore the many other videos on Forgotten Birmingham here on this channel. Thank you for watching. Now let's shine light on more of Birmingham's unseen stories.